We're now ready to move on to working with SQL Server, the actual database. So to download and install, you need to do two things. One is the SQL Server Express 2017, and I just put that in Google search, and it came up the very top one. I could click on that, and it took me to Microsoft's page where I was able to download it and just click Download Now. The other part we need is SQL Server Management Studio. So I typed that in Google search, SQL Server Management Studio, and again the top file that came up was Microsoft's web page to let me download that. This one isn't quite as pretty, but if you scroll down, you can see Download SQL Server Management Studio, and you click on and download that. Both of these need to be downloaded and installed. Once you've installed them, they'll show up in your list of programs, and the one you want to go to is the SQL Server Tools, and inside there is the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, and this is the part that you want to open. Once you open it, it'll ask you to log in to it's actually asking you to connect to the server, and you can just leave all of these default. Database Engine can be default, Windows Authentication can be default, and the server name, notice how my server name ends with SQL Express. All of us should look the same way at the end. The first part of this is my machine name. Yours will be different here because it'll be your machine name. So go ahead and leave all the defaults there and click Connect. This is the Server Management Studio, SQL Server Management Studio, and it's the tool that we'll be using to interact with SQL Server databases and to do our variety of things in here. So what you'll be doing for this assignment is you'll be creating a new query. You can do that by clicking on this button here using Control N as a keyboard shortcut, or you can do File, New, Query. So any of those ways you can request a new query, and the Management Studio will open a new query window for you. And then right there is at the top of this page is where you put that query, and you can just copy paste this one specifically from the homework assignment. Once you've pasted it in the window, you can execute either by clicking on this execute button using the keyboard shortcut F5 or going into the query menu and selecting execute. So you execute it, then it'll come up and give you the result, and it is this result. Notice it's at the bottom, queries at the top, results at the bottom. It's this result that you want to copy and paste in the assignment. That's it. Good luck with installation. By the way, installation takes a little bit of time, so allocate some space for the download and installation process. You don't have to be very engaged during that, but it actually takes time. So be sure and allocate that. And if you're using a Mac machine, there is a version of SQL Server Express for Mac machines and instructions on the web of how to do that. I don't currently have a Mac machine to demonstrate that, but there's instructions available on the web as well for how to install and use it on a Mac machine.